You don't need to resolve anything before you enhance your awareness level. Rather, the truth is, the moment you start to enhance your awareness level, all blind spots will dissolve. Any blind spot in your life is existing just because your awareness is not reaching to that corner. Nothing needs to be resolved before you awaken or enhance your awareness level. The whole process is enhancing your awareness level. Then everything gets resolved. It's not the other way around. And that's the whole world is trying to do. Let me first fix this. Sadhaks come to me and they say, oh, let me first fix my job and my future money insecurity and ABC in my life. And then I'll get into the sadhana, which is enhancing the awareness.
Next question is from Shiva Shaheen. So her question is, I believe I'm in a karmic relationship where certain people trigger me deeply or leave lingering emotional residue. How can I best dissolve these karmic ties and clear and free myself? Second question, how do I find the biggest blind spot for me and what I need to resolve before I can jump in terms of my awareness? Third question, some people experience bliss or joy during certain practices, but I haven't felt this in the past 2 years of consistently practicing yoga. I've heard this may relate to how the energy system is structured. How can I change that?
Look at the language of the question here. And the question, to what I heard, starts from, I believe that I'm in a karmic relationship. Hold on. That's where the problem is. You believe. Your belief is creating the problem. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the problem of our world today. We believe too many things. We do not experience. You've not written you experience karmic connection or relation with ABC. You said you believe. What is belief? It's an over thought that you've put on a certain subject. And by putting a lot of, repetitive thought into a particular subject, it becomes your belief system. Your karmic connection with somebody which triggers something in you, please let this not be your belief. If it's your experience, it's a different matter. Do not make it into a belief. Why? Because when you believe something, all channels are blocked. Now you're very fixed to that. Beliefs do not want or do not allow you to move freely. Unless the belief comes from deepest experience of your being. But most of the time, these beliefs are not from the deepest experience of our being. So that's number one. Your belief is creating the karmic tie. The day you stop believing about this karmic tie because of which, let's say, you are suffering, the day you stop believing in that, the karmic tie will start to dissolve. How does it really work? You know how does it really work? We hold on to our own karmic ties through our belief structures. Because what you are is nothing but a set of belief systems. Listen to this again. What you are is just a collection of belief systems, nothing else. If you're able to release your belief from this karmic tie or anything else, you are released from everything. Everything starts to dissolve. So where do you start? This belief needs to be broken. I am not into any karmic entanglement with anybody. I'm a free being here on this earth for something, and that something will figure out. But I'm a free being. There's a beautiful scripture called, and I really love that. I don't recommend you to read at this stage. So, but I really love that. It's called Yoga Vashishtha. Their Vashishtha Rishi guides Sri Rama on a similar subject. And a line I read there, mind blowing, it says that, O Rama, if you believe you are trapped, you are trapped. If you experience you are liberated, you are liberated. But it's your belief that keeps you trapped, O Rama, to this karmic connections of the world. Break all beliefs and be free. That's all I'm telling you. Break this belief that you're karmically connected, attached, entangled with some things or some being. They trigger you. Break this belief. In your heart, know that you're born free. We're all born liberated. You can live this liberation in this very moment, provided there is no belief nonsense holding you back. Correct? Break that belief, and you will see liberation, the experience of liberation within that relationship. Okay? Number one. Number two, you asked, how do you find your biggest blind spot to enhance your, to resolve before you enhance your awareness level or something like that? Look at it carefully. You don't need to resolve anything before you enhance your awareness level. Rather, the truth is, the moment you start to enhance your awareness level, all blind spots will dissolve. Any blind spot in your life is existing just because your awareness is not reaching to that corner. Nothing needs to be resolved before you awaken or enhance your awareness level. The whole process is enhancing your awareness level. Then everything gets resolved. It's not the other way around. And that's the whole world is trying to do. Let me first fix this. Sadhaks come to me and they say, oh, let me first fix my job and my future money insecurity and ABC in my life. And then I'll get into the sadhana, which is enhancing the awareness. And I say, you're approaching it absolutely in the wrong way. You start your sadhana, you start to enhance your awareness level, and everything else starts to get fixed in your life. Every part of your life starts to become a breeze. Because now your awareness is very enhanced. And when the awareness is enhanced, you do not get entangled with any person, any situation, any desire. You do not get entangled with it. While you are with people in situations fulfilling your desires, but you do not get entangled with them. And that's the beauty of enhancing your awareness. So that's the first thing you need to do, parallel to everything else that you're doing in your life. Enhance your awareness level. That is the must. And that's the starting point. If I remember, the third part of your question is that people experience a lot of bliss while doing their practices, but you don't get that bliss since last 2 years. Is there some issue in the energy system, energy channels? Again, you're falling in the same trap. Lot of hearsay. Oh, people are saying they're experiencing bliss. People say all kinds of things. What all will you believe? You understand what I'm saying? What are you doing here? Do not go for hearsay. Go for your own truth. And what is your own truth in this case? Your own truth is, you're doing a certain practice, you're not getting any joy of it. Well, the process is not working for you. It's as simple as that. We're all wired for different processes. Somebody like pasta, somebody like noodles, somebody like chapati, somebody like dosa. They're all wired for different tastes. The same is with practices. If you're doing certain practice for 2 years, it's not working or bringing any bliss, well, the practice is not meant for you. As simple as that. Number one. Number two, look at the situation differently. Now, instead of going out and finding other practices, what you really need to do, now this is important. Look at your day-to-day life. The secret of spiritualities are not hidden in the Himalayas somewhere. They are hidden in your day-to-day life. Look at your day-to-day life. What is it that you do which brings bliss to you? I'm not talking about physical pleasures, because physical pleasure comes and goes. Bliss, which is very deeper internal, it stays for a much longer duration. What is it that brings this? Let's not call it bliss, let's call it joy. What is it that brings joy to you in life? Maybe while you're sitting and listening to a particular piece of flute music, let's say. When you're looking out of the window at the birds and the trees. When you're walking barefoot in the forest. When you're by the river. When you're cooking. When you're just cooking. Breathing joyfully, just cooking. When you just sit with your cup of, whatever, chai, and just enjoy every sip of it in that moment. When you have a conversation with a dear friend. When you read something which brings you closer to the truth. Identify what are these things that you do in your everyday life which really brings you joy. Make that as your practice. All that will be your practice. All of that will be your practice. Just sitting silently drinking your cup of tea is one of the greatest meditative practice. Just walking in the forest, in the green, not thinking but observing the play of nature all around is one of the greatest meditative practice. Anything could become a practice. Anything. So, don't say that I will do this practice and then people say I must get joy. I'm saying reverse the order. Identify things that bring you joy. You know things that bring you joy. And make those things as your practice. Last, in one of the satsang I had said, and I'll give the same example again. We have a senior sadhak at the ashram, I'll not name. For this sadhak, cooking meal for everybody is one of the greatest joyful practice. And she enjoys doing that a lot. And that is her practice. That is her practice. And that practice alone, if she goes deeper into that practice, will make her awakened. Neem Karoli Baba, one of the greatest saints of India, used to say, love all, feed all, serve all. And that's the practice. That's the spiritual practice that he gave to the world. Love all, serve all, feed all. So this sadhak at our ashram, out of the 3 options of practices that Neem Karoli Baba gave, she's hooked on to one practice, feeding all. Path to liberation. Because that process brings her joy. She's very joyful when she's doing that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying do not do your yoga or pranayama or asana practice. But you must know what this practice is meant for. Asana practice is great. It brings stability in the body, flexibility in the body, strength in the body. It also helps you enhance your focus, attention. Brilliant practice for the maintenance of body. helping you increase your awareness, increase your attention level. Pranayama, breathing, great practice to clear your channels so that prana can flow freely in the body. It will bring you a lot of health and well-being, also some level of mental clarity, but may not necessarily be a spiritual practice for you. So you do these asanas of yoga and these pranayama and all other things that you're doing, but know it well that these practices are bringing well-being, stability to the body, mind and breath construct. But deeper spiritual practice could be, as I said, drinking your cup of chai, walking in the forest, cooking a meal, serving somebody, having a conversation, basically where your mind does not jump and you're into it. That's when you experience joy. You do not experience joy if you have to do a great spiritual practice mechanically. You have to do. It will never bring any joy to anybody. Because unless you have a love affair with what you do as practice, there is no joy. So look at the whole situation very differently. Identify, I'm repeating again, identify things in your daily life that bring joy to you. Make those activities, those things as your practice. All the other yogic practices that you're doing, maintenance level, very good for body, mind, breath construct, continue. Do not bring mechanicality to any practice. Without love affair, the life energy from or spiritual energy from any practice is gone. Your reverence to the practice is what brings the spiritual energy into the practice. Your have to do, your mechanicalness does not bring any sacredness into the practice. It is just mechanical movement, nothing else. It does not bring anything to you. Okay, are we clear on that? Hope we are clear on that. Now approach your sadhana, your practice from this new way of looking at it. I hope it will help. Thank you.